Yeah, as I was saying, it's usually I have that stigma whereby I just want everything to be very smooth before I kickstart what I need to do. You understand? And it is very disastrous because everything cannot just all be figured out. You can't get everything all perfected. The the great mistakes in which I've made so much in life was waiting for everything to be so smooth, everything was falling in place and all that. So even by the time I get started, vision is almost going off. So I say that vision, when not implemented quickly, wins out in energy and wins out in in potentiality if one is not careful. Meaning that if you start keeping certain visions in your head for 20 years and those things are not manifested, there is a tendency that by the end of the 20 years, you begin to see mirage. What do I mean by mirage? That vision begins to look like, is this impossible? Doubts begins to set in. You begin to see yourself as, can I ever make or actualize this thing? So, what do you need to do when ideas comes like that in line and keeping in line with choosing a career path? When an idea comes like that, pen it down. Number one. Number two, look for people who are in that area that can help you. Number three, look for communities of people who do what you do. They can help you. One of the things that fast tracked my growth in the area of freelancing was working with some of those freelance guys. If not, maybe making $100, I will have feel on top of the world. But simple than making $3,000 in a month conveniently, like an easy turnover every month. I can't say I'm making so big when I'm seeing somebody making $5,000 and me I'm making $500 and I'm happy. It's not possible. Do you get? So that's the vibe. That's the energy. You need to start thinking very broad. Who are the guys that I can get involved with that can really help fast track my journey? Mentorship is one of the good things which you're also adopting. That's number four path. You understand? But depending on who your mentor is, your mentor may not always be timely in responding to your needs. Your response may not be. There's some things that you could be scared of in relating to your mentor. That should not be. But you just visualize trust this person. But while talking to your friend, your colleague, you almost drop out everything without knowing. That's when the person, oh, this thing you said, you made mistake here. So that's one of the things in which I feel could really help in trying to scale up. So the first thing is deciding, where do I even want to belong in this area? Where do I want to start with? The question is, what have you done so far that you feel they could start returning money back to you in the area of ICT or technology? What am I saying? Now, when I was asked by my mentor then that what skill do you have, what service can you render? And I was saying, I don't know. So that time I was already learning data science, which is using Excel and R. I was only learning those two skills. But I knew that if I start working with that, it will still take me much more time. In fact, that was what even made me move into website design. You understand? I knew that if I start quite immediately as at that time, saying that it will take me more than a year before I can start making money. And I don't have that time. I don't have that time. Why? I knew that I have a due time for people to be sending me money, supporting my stay in Akure and everything. So there is obviously the thought of, oh, Victor, you have to just work as fast as possible. Not to just work as fast as possible. What can bring you back money? So the what came to my mind was CV writing. So you could look into what are the things I've done so far in terms of ICT skills that me just putting a month effort could at least start giving me something back. That should be your quickest thing. Over time, as you are doing that, you're thinking of how you can build the second skill, which will last longer. So as I was doing CV writing, I was still learning website design, which I know that will feed me much more. And so when it was time to switch, I had to sacrifice CV writing. What do I mean? Learning. Now, by next week, I'm thinking of how I want to shut down work entirely. Why? Because I want to finish certifications of what I'm doing, data science and AI. And exactly, I wanted to make mention of that. I mentioned it in passing that the opposite of better is not bad or worse. The opposite of better is good. So now I have something good that can keep me okay, my family okay, and all of that. But sorry for me, for the dream lifestyle I really want to live, for the dream world in which I see myself living in, I don't feel working as a website designer will be able to take me there. You understand? I feel there's need for more skills, much more than I've known. I feel there's need for to get a board. I feel there's need for more skills, much more than what I know. I feel there's need for uh, something beyond website design. I feel the highest turnover what website design can do for you is to give you $1 million per month. So, but I'm I'm trying to be, yeah, like on a more realistic scale. The highest person that I've seen that's made so much money made $150,000 as a freelancer, just like one person. He's not working on the project alone. Made $150,000 a month. Agency makes $300,000, $400,000. So that's the highest in which I've seen so far in the industry. So if I really want to do much more better than that, I have to think much more than they are thinking. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's why I say that on the side, that's this what you can be on the side as why am I playing out my life for you? I'm playing out so that you can know what fosters my decision making. And those things have really been very wonderful. When I dropped out from the work I was doing, that's the association in which I was in, it was very disastrous. I was doing very fine in that organization. I left around October. I was doing very, very fine. It was a shock to them, but I had to play up those sacrifices. It was not easy for me personally because of the milestone of people in which are connected to me in terms of network in that space. So I was feeling quite a whole lot of guilt. But looking at where I'm going to, even the people that are quite a little bit ahead of me, I was afraid that won't I do something that will affect them and all of that. So, but I had to reach a point where I ask myself that who will I satisfy, myself or people, what they are thinking. So I can't put my life on the edge because of what people are thinking, but do things that will help people on the long run. I can't. I should be able to trivialize helping 1,000 people to 1 billion or a million people that I will help later on. Do you get the analogy? So the goal of me going to where I'm going in dream world is not because of myself. Like I was saying that there's a place whereby there's little you can do. There's little things. Now I'm tired of it. Look now, I'm robust. Yes or no? Are you there? Hello? Yeah, so I said, if you look at me now, I'm robust. I'm thinking of how God can begin to help me. I want to start going on fasting because I'm tired of, oh, Oga, you are looking good. Oga, you are becoming fat. And that's like normal life in which no be say I dey chop anyhow. I know they chop probably because I eat a little bit quite late in the night, which I'm trying to regularize it with my wife. I hope she helps me in that because of our work. So ultimately, maybe with the small enjoyment that's coming, that's what you're seeing right now. So now, because of my health, because of my well-being, I need to start dieting, quote and unquote. Are you getting my point? So now imagine somebody who is worth 20 million naira, or worth 50 million naira, or worth 100 million naira, or worth $1 million. That person is super wealthy, such that there's nothing they want to do that they can't do. But then life is not all about yourself, because, like I was saying, there's a level whereby it's not going to be about you again. It's not about what you want to eat. It's you, how much you want to. If you want to start eating every day now, as you are, if you want to start eating all your delicacy, can you spend more than 1 million naira as a person? Let me ask you. So even if you are eating, if you are 1 million naira divided by 30 is what? Divided by 30 should be 30. So that's like 30,000 per day. Well, probably yes, yes. I would let's say 35,000 per day. So is if you are eating 10,000 in the morning, 10,000 in the afternoon, 10,000 in the night. That's when you can finish a million. Well, some people are doing it sometimes. Well, maybe I don't reach that threshold, but on the single eating, sometimes I take 5,000. Food is expensive. Everything is very small. So what am I saying in essence? That the max you could ever do, maybe on eating, is 30, except for one bobering, which I don't feel anybody in my network should do that. So meaning there's a level whereby it's going to be beyond you. So, but it's just only going to be greed that will make a man start spending money lasciviously because he wants to impress others. Outside that, every money you have else is going to be a waste if it's not going to be to impact others. So my life is all centered on how God can help me to impact others, how I should be able to make deliberate decisions of what could help me. I miss many odds. I miss many odds. Last year was almost Last year, this year was almost a serious moment of my life. It's a big transitioning for me that quite kind of cost me a lot of emotions. So that's that about that. Let me not talk too much. So the pickup point in everything I've said is number one, know where you're going to, and take note of all the things, metrics I said that could help: mentorship, community, learning. Um, yeah, that will really help you. Those areas. And number two, um, how that you need to make a strong decisions for where you're going, not minding what people will say, because people will always say what they want to say. Either you are doing good. Now I've been following the online basis, the social media in recent times, and I was just trying to look for what is what's really the trend of how they do things. I see that people will surely speak. Either you are doing good or you are doing bad. You can be doing good 100 times. If you make a flaw just one day, they will wreck your life. Like they did to Pastor Paul and recently. So that's theory that people will always talk. When the thing happened, I was checking the other side. I said it on the community I'm in. I said, have you checked the other side of this thing? Which you people will still talk back. Number one, if this guy had not stand up to question this issue of this comment, the same you people, because you people that are commenting, you people that are criticizing, are the same category of people that will still criticize this man and the church and miracles, that all their miracles in the church is fabricated. That can you imagine somebody who is not a graduate in law, or who is a graduate in law, who is a graduate of law rather, is speaking this grammar? That means it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. So they will be the ones to still tell people the world that is a lie. But of course, not like I'm defending what really happened. It was due for apologies to be tendered. It was due for it. I feel that was a big mistake too on how it was, the approach of how it was addressed, which needed to be corrected and all that. So, but it was not a big issue to rubbish pastoral calling, which he has, or the fact that miracles truly exist. So, any question? What do you say? Can you speak louder a bit? Okay. All right. So you could always send your questions to my DM, but I'll give you an assignment since you don't have question. Your assignment is look for the area of ICT or tech that you want to focus on, because that's where the mentorship will be built on. Research about three of them. Send the best option to me. One, two, three are my options. This is the best option for me. Do you understand? And the best option should more centrally be what can easily be converted into money for you. Meaning you already have an edge one way or the other in that thing that it won't take you much time to build and start making money from it. Do you understand? Yeah, you can do that. You can do that based on that. You understand? La Claire? All right, thank you. It's nice meeting you today. We'll meet some other time. Marine science and technology. You like the course?